Good afternoon and welcome to Abu Dhabi Cricket and Sports Hub. Beautiful day here, 23 degrees, low humidity, but a pretty strong breeze blowing across the ground here. As you can see, the gazebos billowing in the wind there, turning over the benches. But it's almost perfect conditions for running rugby. And we are here for the 5th and expanded World Schools Festival 2024, which now includes netball, hockey, cricket, building on the anchors of 7s and 15s rugby. Today is the opening round of the Boys Cup games, and later on we'll see Roos will take on Llandovery College, who are the reigning champions of Wales, and also we'll see Westlake take on who are the reigning champions of this tournament that they won in Patana last year in Thailand. They'll take on the reigning English schools champions, Harrow School. And on the opposite field we'll have Millfield, who won the Rosslyn Park Sevens in the UK last year, taking on the Zambezi Steelies. But here on pitch 1 we have a mouth-watering lineup. We've got the Kelston boys taking on last year's semi-finalists Jansen from Boksburg, South Africa. So we're expecting a pretty fierce game here today. The Jansen side that has come, their coach Rudy Dams has told me that he's got a relatively young side here this year, and they'll be taking on a well-fancied Kelston Boys High School. So just going through with Kelston Boys High School, doing a little bit of research. Their school motto, to wisdom with honour. The school was founded in 1963, and I'm sure that Principal Adeline Blair has sent a very good side here. They are the reigning and current holders of the Auckland 1A Championships and the Blues Championships as well, and that 1A championship goes all the way back to 1895. Probably got to be one of the oldest standing school sports rugby tournaments anywhere in the world. So yeah, we're just waiting for the sides to come to the pitch now. So a couple of guys to watch out for in the Kelston Boys High side. We've got number 8, Aio Keith, who is a New Zealand secondary schools under 18s representative, and also skipper running the cutter at number 10, Gerald Tuimalo Vainga, also a New Zealand secondary schools representative. As I mentioned, Jansen, they're coming here with a relatively young side that will basically form the basis of their first 15 for the coming season that starts in March 2005. Founded in 1955 in Boksburg, which is a town about 25 kilometres away from Johannesburg. The Boksburg is located at 1694 metres in altitude, so there'll be plenty of lungfuls of air for these South African men as they run out onto the field. And as they take the field now, that is here Jansen in their black jerseys, as the Kelston Boys High School in their red jerseys walk to the halfway. As I mentioned, there's a pretty stiff breeze which is blowing onto this near side touchline as we open up here, and something I would also like to do for all of those people who are watching in, I will do my best with the Afrikaans and also some of the Kelston Boys High names. I'll do my very best. If you spot anything that's wrong, please just stick it in the chat and we'll try and get it corrected. So shot there of the Kelston Boys in those red jerseys. Skipper Gerald Tuimalo Vainga just saying the final words. So Kelston Boys have got some pretty famous alumni. That includes Willie Lose, Vainga Tuigamala, Mills Maliena, case Muse, and a special one for me, being based in Hong Kong, is DJ Forbes, many a time representative at the Hong Kong Sevens. And also for those of you in the UAE, Apollo Perellini is also a Kelston Boys alumni. He is now the coach of the UAE national team. So Jandre Reinders, with that distinctive white headgear, is about to kick off, with Jansen playing from right to left. So Kelston Boys now to offer their school haka. And a huge round of applause from the crowd. Is based here. This is a fantastic facility, and this World Schools Festival grows year on year. In Patana in Thailand, but this year here in the UAE, in the capital city of Abu Dhabi. So as I said, Jandre Reinders is about to kick off. Referee is Mr. Brandon Weisner. So a low scudding kick there from Tyson Parsons. Reinders brings it back. And the first nerves there. Ball spilt there by Jordan van der Westhuizen. As I said, Brandon Weisner is the referee, 29-year-old from the Blue Bulls Union in South Africa. So we set this first scrummage here right on halfway. So feeding the ball, Sam Clark here. Oh, that's a good scrummage, and Keith immediately bumps off the first tackle, and he makes about 15 metres on the blind side there. And the referee adjudges not releasing in the tackle. So a good scrummage there from the South Africans, but a great take from the base from the New Zealand Secondary Schools representative, Harrow Keith. And Tyson Parsons just chips the ball down just inside the 22-metre line. And it will give first opportunity for Stowers to throw the ball into this line out. Some fairly tall timber there. So Stowers with the throw. Keith rises at 2, and they set the ball up with a bit of a shift drive, but Jansen have got in amongst it. Well, they've got the ball to ground now, Kelston. So they're looking to recycle this, and it looks like they're going to go tight within the forwards. Oh, taking some metres there post contact. Jansen got their hands on this, but again illegally. So some really early pressure here from Kelston Boys. So Sam Clark on the ball here. Some confidence here from Kelston. They opt for the scrummage. They were pushed slightly off the first one, but Keith picked the ball up. If he makes the same kind of ground on the blind side this time, he'll be clean over the line. So Sam Clark with the feed. And there he goes, Keith, and he gets the ball and straight into the hands of Satali Fretton, this young Year 10 student, one of the youngest players in the Kelston boys side. So an opening score there for Fretton. So an early 5-0 lead for Kelston boys. As we look at this, Keith just breaks out to the right. Jarrell Tuimalo Vainga, beautiful final pass straight into the hands of Fretton, who dots down. So Parsons, now this is a fairly difficult kick here as he lines this up left-footed. It's pretty much straight into the teeth of this very strong breeze that's blowing across the ground. You can see the flags there. It takes the ball off the tee. But he hadn't started his run up, so the referee allows it to replace it. It's a decent strike, but the wind holds it off and just to the right of the uprights there. So an early ominous start there for Kelston boys. Early possession for Jansen, but under little or no pressure. The ball was knocked on, and from that point on, Kelston really turned the screw and put them under pressure. So Reinders, high hanging kick, barely gets the 10 metres, but Kelston play the ball, and Jansen have come up with the scraps here. JP Used moves the ball, but the referee brings us back for the original knock-on from the kickoff. Ball barely going 10, but Kelston choosing to play the ball, and the ball just blowing away from the would-be catcher. So this gives Jansen their first opportunity to feed the scrummage. So JP Used feeds the ball. Good scrum right here, Jansen, and they go to the right-hand side. Ball to Dersheen Peterson, down to his opposite number. And some good footwork there, and that's a long raking kick. And Reinders is back for it. The ball bounces, and he opts to run the ball out onto the toe there. The ball is picked up there. Cooper Namoto. Kelston back in position. Stowers drives in hard. And now they spread the ball. Tyson Parsons, some great footwork there, and he's streaking up the middle. Good tackle back there. Sam Clark gets hit as he picked the ball up. As they spread this ball all the way out to the left edge. So the referee judges that ball has drifted forwards on the wind there. Bit of a long pass, as I said, this wind blowing directly across the pitch. So Jansen with a feed. Used some 15 metres off their own line here. Some solid scrummaging so far from the South African unit. Kelston looked to have the height advantage. But Jansen set up for the scrummage. Used with the ball. good tackle there. Cooper Namutu there with a big tackle, and it's a fantastic counter ruck, but Jansen have got the ball. And the referee judges that they've come in at the side there. So Christopher Combrink with that hot pink headgear there. He's the vice captain, and he was one of the 2023 alumni that were at the World Schools Festival in Patana. Six of them in the Jansen side were here last year.
Right feet. Louis, watch the overthrow.
So some real pressure being put on, and Stowers takes the ball at the tail of the line out. Really dynamic run there. Clark clears the ball away, gets it up to Joseph Paelihi. Setting up a target there in midfield and not rolling away. Here Jansen penalised right in front of the sticks. So Tyson Parsons opts to take the points early on in this game. Auckland Gulls representative and also the Blues under 18s. Their coach is Matt Howling, who is a Kelston old boy, ably assisted by Scotty Keith and his brother William Howling. So a slightly easier kick from Parsons right in front of the poles here. Say this wind is tough, but he drills it straight, and that takes the score out to 8 points to 0 with just about 10 minutes played. So a deep kick there from Kelston, and completely missed with his hands, went forward but off the leg, and that's some good footwork there. And Kelston are judged to have come offside there, put their hands on the floor ahead of the ball. So I've finally been joined in co-commentary by Mr. Simon Sinclair. Afternoon, Simon. How are you?
Cookie, good to see you.
Good. What do you make of the game so far as Kelston bring this ball out, and that is a huge kick on the wind. Takes the ball beyond halfway. So what do you make of the game so far?
I think that the wind is definitely a leveller at the moment. It's playing its part. Yeah, Kelston backs look pretty sharp though, don't they, Cookie?
Indeed, I think Kelston looked pretty good across the park. They've been pretty brutal in the breakdown, but Jansen have got the upper hand in the scrummage.
Yeah, I just think they need to just be a little bit patient and keep the ball. They haven't had the possession at the moment, so if they can keep that possession a bit more.
So last with the throw here, off the top, and the ball is bouncing. And as Kelston swooped through there, Barlaini, Kasa, absolutely thundering run there. Carried on by Sess Keith. They're working hard, and as they now swing the ball out to the left, they got numbers to burn here.
Great finish.
And a second try there. Scored wide out, a little bit of argy-bargy there. Somebody's not happy. Obviously asking where they're going for dinner this evening. So that is try number 2 for Kelston boys, stretching that lead out to 13 points to 0. That was a thundering run. Ball off the top by Jansen and beyond the halfback, and swooping through, and it was prop forward Barlai Nai Kasa. He made a barnstorming run to about 5 metres, and the Jansen all followed in behind it, and that just left numbers out on the left there.
Great reactions from the prop there, picking that ball up.
Yeah, great transition from a defensive line to attack. So Parsons chips it up, and as I said, this wind is definitely making things difficult at the moment. So high hanging kick there from Van Aswegen. Well taken by Kelston. The ball's out. Clark looking there, but Jansen got round on it. Keith at the base there just takes some metres and lays the ball back on a platter there. Kelston just bobbling the ball forward on the ground there, so some good close quarters work there in defence from Jansen. It is a, as I said, it's a perfect day for running rugby in all respects, apart from this really strong breeze, Simon.
Yeah, I just felt there, Kelston, if they'd moved that ball quickly, I think they had 2 in the backfield. Oh, we've got us. Yeah, here we go.
We've got an interloper on the field there, small dog making its way across the field.
Trying to help Jansen in defence. Yeah, they had 2 in the backfield there, Cookie. I think if they had moved that early.
So referee Wiesner setting this scrummage here.
It's a great scrummage.
And so they go down this blind side. Great ball there from Peters, but pushed into touch there. And there's plenty of push and shove, a little bit of afters. There's certainly some heat in this game, without doubt. And referee Wiesner taking no truck with that, and Van Aswegen only carves off about 5 metres there. But this is the first foray that they've really had into the Kelston boys' half. So last with a throw, and he'll actually have the wind at his back here. A lot of movement there, great take there from Van Tunda. As Jansen set this driving ball up, they've got this really well set here. They need to stay on their feet here, and Kelston boys have brought that one down, so advantage there, and that was a fantastic line out and set up of the ball there, Simon.
Yeah, really good. Just reacted pretty quickly. Low body positions. See if they can go again now. Kelston needs a defensive ball, needs to be strong here.
So right on the 5 metre line, decent kick there from Van Aswegen as last lines this throw up to this line out. A lot of movement there, and Keith gets up, gets a hand to it as Kelston boys bring this ball away. Again, some really good work, turning defence into attack as Clark digs in for this ball, brings it infield, but I think offside.
That's interesting, Cookie. I just felt most teams wouldn't throw someone up in the line there after losing that driving maul before. So I think it's probably a bit of a surprise.
Yeah,
great still.
Yeah, Keith has already shown his worth in this game a couple of times in the line out, the Kelston boys ball, and also his ball carry at number 8 there. So somewhat of a let off there. Jansen had the opportunity to put some pressure on Kelston boys, but they've just released the pressure valve there. Stowers with this throw at the line out. Oh, Keith rises high like a salmon, and then moving it really well in the backs here. Bowler Loire, the great take, and they're on this line on a ball into the hands of the early try scorer there. Fretton does well to keep the ball in field. Good hands there. John Pooper carries the ball. They bring it back down this right edge, all the way out to Olatoa Ai. Moving the ball really nicely. Commentators curse there, Simon. They were looking really, really slick there, but then lost the ball, and Jansen have come up with the penalty in at the side there from Kelston boys.
There's opportunities there to quick tap and go, Cookie, I think. Like Kelston's backs were turned, especially with this wind.
And that's
There we go.
that's an interesting strike there, all the way along the ground pretty much, but it beat Fretton with the bounce, so that's a really good game for Ihe Jansen.
Good example there of wingers need to be on the touchline.
So last throwing in. Will Kelston put anybody up in this line out? Keith rises again. That's the second time that he's taken the ball inside the 22. That's powerful run there.
4 of them.
There's a huge carry. And there's a high hanging kick onto this touch line.
That's a classic exit.
Fantastic exit. Absolutely judged that to perfection, and every ounce of that kick took ground. And from an attacking line out inside the Kelston boys 22, Jansen find themselves back in their own half here. So good take there from Dubusin. They've come away with this. Good work in the close contact here from Jansen, and not rolling away. The referee pings them. Gives Van Aswegen the chance to carve off some metres here. And he sliced that one infield. And immediately the first thought of Kelston boys is to run it. And that is a high kick. And real evidence of this strong breeze blowing onto this touchline here. It was probably 3/4 of the width of the field there, but he's punted that ball directly into touch. So early on in this first round of games here at the Dhabi World Schools Festival, and Kelston Boys High School holding a 13-0 lead over Ihe Jansen. Ball off the top, and Jansen, Keith is having a monstrous game so far. Sam Tocco is on at half-back now. Moving the ball field. Another big carry in the contact there. Oh, the ball there, and Jansen all over it. But that was a decent clearance in the end there. Under a huge amount of pressure, Simon. They worked that ball away and then threw a terrible pass.
Yeah, I think he probably needs to get a little bit closer to the scrum half.
Yeah, anything if you're passing off this touchline, as you can see, this stiff breeze is pretty hard to force this ball into the wind. Making this line-out throw for last a difficult one.
God, he's nearly got that again.
Good ball off the top there, Van Aswegen. Coming on a really, really hard line there, and just pushes the ball forward, which gives Kelston boys an opportunity to clear the pressure. Yet again, Simon, Jansen failing to keep the pressure on.
Yeah, just too many mistakes at the moment. As I said, they just need to keep the ball for a period of time. Just struggling. They're struggling with those lineouts.
So Sam Tocco with the feed here. What looked like a good scrummish from Jansen, but penalised. And Keith just drives hard. Again, taking lots of metres after contact there. His brother Sess Keith. To Llandovery there. Not afraid to take the ball to the line. Good tackle there. Jansen are all over this, and they've won the ball. Good solid tackle, and the jackal was in. Good work over the ball there. There's another huge run there from Keith at number 8. Oh, well fielded that time. Fretton is off and running. Can't afford to give him any green grass. He's made heaps of metres and beaten several defenders, but Jansen are over the top of this one again. They are fighting for every scrap here, Jansen. But they're under a huge amount of pressure, and the ball is knocked on at the base there after some good work tackling back and winning the counter ruck there. So perfect place for Kelston to have this scrummage. Simon, midfield, about 12 metres out from the line. But another huge run there from young Satali Fretton. Probably beat about 4 or 5 defenders there. Once he got past the first man and got a little bit of green grass, he's a tough man to stop.
There's definitely some mismatches coming up now. They're tiring pretty early.
Yeah, and to Llandovery. Good work there from Cooper Namotu, this big midfielder. Putting all kinds of pressure on the line here. Looking to burrow over there, but the ball, and now they move it out to the right-hand side. And there is no stopping that big man from that kind of distance.
Basics done well there. Okay.
Yeah, really, really good score from the big man there. So 18 points to 0 as we move towards the shadows of half-time.
It's just been too many incidents for Jansen where they've had
So as we watch this ball in the replay here, the first burrow there didn't quite make it. But then Keith gets the ball as we just cut away from the replay as the try was scored. So a new kicker here, right-footed. So Llandovery with his first kick at goal. Good strike, but again just carried away on the wind. So it's been a pretty workmanlike performance here so far, with about a minute and a half to go to half time here. I think, as you've said, Simon, Jansen just need to try and hold on to this ball just to keep some pressure on Kelston. They haven't at any point really pressured them. So back on the grey headgear, Rangers. So some good drill here. Kick-off reception almost being another part of first phase these days. Good work there from Kelston. Really positive claim of the ball, but just spilled forward there. Kelston have come away with this. CJ Patawa. Jansen got through on that one, but the referee was playing advantage for the earlier knock-on. So some fairly faultless play so far from Kelston, Simon, which has allowed them, in the same way that Jansen haven't been able to put any pressure on, Kelston have always been able to come away with the ball.
Yeah, and I think it'd be interesting in the second half to see how Kelston managed that win.
So Llandovery, that's a huge kick on the wind, and I think he was going for the 50-22, but he's probably about sort of 3 or 4 metres shy of that. So that is half time in this round 1 game this year, with 2 pools of 4, Pool A and Pool B. There are 3 points. It's going to be a round robin, so each team will play each team in their pool, and then they'll be ranked based on 3 points for a win, 1 for a draw. Bonus points each for within 7 losing, and for 4 tries. And once we get to the weekend, both pools will play off 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, 4v4. So everything to play for here. It's actually possible that you could lose your first game, still make the final, which makes the whole week here an interesting one, building up to finals, which is next Saturday here at this same ground. So, what do you make of it so far, Simon? First half of this Abu Dhabi World Schools Festival 2024.
Yeah, I mean, I watched Kelston play in the 1A final in Auckland this year, and they were a different class. Just physical, fast, quick on their feet, and you know they're showing that again today, really. And I just think that Jansen have just same errors every time. So 3 or 4 penalties where they could have, you know, they've gone for touch and missed touch, where actually is that the right option into this wind? Maybe a tap and go. Just try and get some momentum going forwards.
Yeah, there's been some reasonable sort of fight in the dog from Jansen as well. They've got back. They've made a couple of crucial turnovers where people have got their head over the ball and got in for the jackal, which has been absolutely crucial. But every and any mistake that they have made, Kelston have made them pay. Going to be interesting to see what coach Matt Howling does at half-time. He's already made a few changes, but there's obviously a huge rugby heritage at Kelston Boys High. Multiple All Blacks that they have had: Sam Tuitupu, Stephen Bates, Anthony Tuatavaki, Sione Liauki, Jason Hewitt, just to name but a few, and plenty of Sevens boys as well, and even Nathan Hughes, who came and played for Wasps and England, was a Kelston Boys High alumni. So Rudy Dams there in the huddle with Jansen, obviously trying to drill these guys, and I'm sure he will be saying that you need to keep your hands on the ball, calm down when in possession, and let's put the pressure on. But it's probably easier said than done when Kelston boys are bringing some heat in the defence line, coming straight at you. Some early fight and niggle in the game as well. Obviously we don't want to see that spill over, but very good to see the passion that I think any time New Zealand plays South Africa, probably even at Tiddlywinks, there'll be plenty going on it. So very good to see that we've got people watching in from around the world. Looks like we've got a good few from New Zealand and also from the Republic of South Africa. So Kelston boys showing that they are ready for this second half, as Jansen still circled up. The referee hasn't blown the whistle here, but as I say, Kelston showing that they really are ready for this fight. Been really interested to see that Satali Fretton is only year 10.
Scary, isn't it?
And he went in for the opening try of the tournament and has shown some really fantastic ability to beat men one-on-one. He's probably beaten 8 or 9 defenders in that first 30 minutes. Just clear line breaks. So we now have Kelston boys in this red strip of theirs, playing from right to left. Tyson Parsons just bounces the ball a couple of times here. He's waiting for referee Brandon Wiesner to start this second half, and I'm sure Jansen will want to take the donut off the scoreboard as we start this second half. A little bit deeper kick. Jansen, good take coming forward onto it, but well met by Sess Keith there. High hanging kick onto this touchline. Ball allowed to bounce. And coming up with the scraps there, Cooper Namutu. Sam Clark back on in the 9 jersey. Sess Keith, another good carry, doing his job really well there. Bali Nai Kasakasa with another strong carry. Oh, a great flat ball there. They keep moving the ball round the corner, going the same way. And they've really worked hard on protecting that ball in the wide channel there. Baula Loire. Clark just dropped the ball there. There's a counter up there. So Jansen made a mess of that for them. So Jansen carried that really hard into contact, but must have just spilled that one. So the referee going back for that original knock on at the base there by Sam Clark. think the defensive heat that Kelston are putting on Siren is making it really hard for...
yeah, and they're not committing too many either, are they? Into
No.
the rucks, which is just making it easy for them to get off the line. Got numbers. But even now, the kick from Jansen, they just need to go longer. Just a bit lower. Kick it down the field, just take the pressure off.
So some pressure here, but it's a legal pressure coming from Kelston boys. And here Jansen end up with the scrummage. This is a on some back chat there. So the referee marching Kelston back 10 metres. Having no truck with that. So Reinders, it's going to be tough to carve off too many metres into the wind on that touchline. And sure enough, it's in on the breeze, fretting with that ball. Oh, and a great couple of passes. 4 passes all the way across the field.
Forward, that was it?
It's either forward or adjudged as a knock on, but just 4 fantastic passes to bring the ball across. I think it was adjudged forward, because the ball was well picked up there by Lamana. So Jansen will be looking for a solid scrummage here. Some real hard work going in on the tight head side there by Duminy. They spread the ball wide. Well tackled there, Kruger. Oh, Kelston come away with the ball, Bowler Loire. They pop the ball over the top. Oh, the ball ends up in the hand of Joseph Pa'alihi. So the opening score from Joseph Pa'alihi in this second half, not the way that Jansen would want to have started it. So that is the try bonus for Kelston very early on in this second period of play. It takes the score out to 23 points to 0. So that little ball popped over the top. Really difficult to take for Jansen. It looks like Parsons is back with the tee and kicking duty.
It's just come from that breakdown again. Cookie just very quick on their feet, over the ball, reacting, and then move the transition. Superb. And then even the support play. Just takes the pressure off them now. Hopefully they'll probably rotate some boys back on.
As you say, they are absolutely lightning quick in transition, and you can just see the whole 15 that are on the field come alive when they get that turnover. So just looking for a pill. Jean-Ray Reinders. That headgear. So opting to float the ball down on the wind to this near side touch line. Oh. So Jeremiah Lamana chose to play the ball, but he actually knocked that on.
Let's go, Kelston!
So tight head prop Kalani Mulivai. He's an enormous young man on a tight head for Kelston. But it's a good scrummage. Ball hits the deck again. Some good feet there in contact. Jansen really need to look after this ball here. Some real heat as Kelston come off the line. High tackle. Referees are looking for all tackles to be sternum or lower. Anything above that, it's another scuffed kick to touch. Again, an easy out there for Kelston. Bringing the ball up to just about the 10-metre line. RAR on this side from Malaysia, Amir. So, Vian van Heerden, ball in. Some rolling subs made here. Joe Diesel coming off from half back there. Keith rises again. That's the third or fourth line out he's stolen. Big solid run there from IE. Kelston put the ball on the floor, but able to recover it.
Great counter.
Really good counter there. Jansen come away with the ball. Some great close contact skills there. Again, Kelston have just got in amongst it and have recovered the ball. But illegally so, according to the referee.
Come on, give him a good platform. Here we go.
So just inside the Kelston 22 there now. As we can see, stretching out in the shot beyond the game on the far field, which is between Millfield School from England and the Zambezi Steelers from Zimbabwe. So Last rotates in to throw this ball into this line out. But well taken at the tail there. Some good work from Jansen. They come back against the grain and go down that blind side. Peterson, but now held up in the tackle. Kelston just choked that one up in the tackle. They just absolutely monstered that one. Levi getting underneath it. As I said, this young man is a monster at tight head for Kelston. So 10 minutes gone, 23 points to nil. Kelston leading Jansen. It's a round one game. Already got the bonus point secured as Keith comes away with this ball.
So strong.
Yeah, up to Cooper Namutu. Big wide ball. Lamana has got this edge. Oh, great ball. Staying inside and gets the ball up to IE Keith. That shock of blonde hair gets it to Namutu. Litoa with the ball as they now move it from one edge to the other. Ball goes loose, but it ends up in the hands of Fretton again. Some really good meters in contact there. Crucial work, but sealing off there. So yet again, Jansen making it difficult. But that was a phenomenal carry there by Lamana down this left edge, Simon.
Yeah, that was superb. Great. They're setting the platform up nicely every time at the moment. These backs to run. This boy's got some great feet.
The big man, Barline Kasa.
Offside.
Usually takes about 10 metres every time he carries the ball. Tyreek Mulitalo loses the ball there. So the referee moves the line out there as that ball goes loose. Some good feet there. Just trying to get to the outside, but bundled into touch. So you can actually see the camera wobbling around there, which is down to this really strong wind that we've got blowing across the ground here in Abu Dhabi. As Last throws the ball in. Great take there by Clayton Debuson. And a really good drive here from Jansen. Taking metres and metres, and finally Kelston need to commit.
Oh, yeah.
And they bring that down. And in at the side there was a really good set and drive there. The Kelston boys backed off.
They didn't want to get in that wall, did they? Stood right off that.
So put the ball right on the 5 metre there. If I were Jansen, I would keep the ball out of the clutches of Keith. They know they're going to have to throw it at least over the top of him, because Kelston are going to throw him up no matter what. Goes over the top. Simple. Litoa comes away with the ball. That is a deep ball. Well taken there by Peterson. Jansen putting some feet on there. Van der Westhuizen. Oh, and a great counter ruck there.
Same again.
Barlinai Kasa comes away with the ball. And that's a deep ball. Bouncing. Peterson does well. Fields it. Every one of his players in front of him. As he drills the ball forward, but it drifts out on that breeze. The idea was right, but just sliced it off the outside of his boot there, Simon.
Yeah, I just keep coming back to the leg drive in the contact. And the counter rucks is just phenomenal from Kelston.
So the ball being thrown in here by Tiano Litoa. Keith rises again. Litoa comes back. So Kupanamoto is being
Staying
used
on their feet could be every time.
pretty interchangeably between the forwards and the backs. The referee is calling obstruction, crossing in front of the ball. So a respite here for Ihir Jansen. So taking play now, right up to halfway here. So taking his first rest there. O'Keefe, this New Zealand schools representative, he's been absolutely outstanding so far in this game. Both sides of the ball. Good ball off the top there. As Jansen try and get the ball out of their half. He's streaming around the corner, looking for a ball on the inside. And referee pulls it back. He's got a couple of infringements that he can take. He's actually seen something, and there was a push off the ball. So maybe had a call in from his AR, so what started as a penalty for Jansen has ended up with the decision going to Kelston, and they've opted to take the scrummage. Obviously trying to tighten up the defence here, Simon, and maybe spread the ball out to this left edge.
That wind has picked up a bit more, and I think that's a really good option to take the scrum here.
So Sam Clark with the feed. Good scrummage there from Kelston, and Namutu ball out the back. Great feet.
Oh, lovely.
Fretting, and finally into the hands of Baula Luar. And a try number 5. They made that look pretty easy. So 28 points to 0 with a kick to come. A little bit of discussion there going on between the players there, young Sam Clark and Kelston Boys High School Director of Sport. He's the water boy and bringing on the kicking tee. Just telling his young charge to get back. As Parsons lines this one up. Great camera angle here, looking straight down the guns of it, but again the wind gets in amongst it, and the score stays at 28 points to 0. So 5 tries and just 1 penalty that has been taken. So 28 points to 0. So young Reinders looking for the ball here. So we've got about 10 minutes to play here, Simon. Can Jansen get themselves on the board? I would say it's not looking likely with the way that Kelston are defending this.
Yeah, I think they had their opportunity early on, didn't they? That line out on the 5 metre.
Big high bomb landing on halfway there. Tulung managed to get the ball back on his side. Joe Diesel at half back there, trying to move this ball. But again, even in defence, Kelston are putting so much pressure on the attack of Jansen there, Simon, forcing them back.
Yeah, they just look fitter, to be honest. They're rotating their players well.
As Coach Rudan said to me, this is really a kind of a pre-season for these Jansen boys. They start their first 15 season in March of 2025.
Same for Kelston, though.
Same for Kelston, yeah. Been really, really impressed with Satali Fretton, this year 10 with the number 14 jersey on. It's been absolutely outstanding. Another great take there from Kelston as they free the ball up. Good hands on the ground there.
Great leg drive.
So referee, another penalty for Kelston. They opt for the scrummage. This is going to be a tough ask for Jansen to defend here. About 6 or 7 metres out. Absolutely central to the field. IE packing down at 8. We're in the 8-man position here. The scrum feed is Sam Toko. Good scrum. Just a genuine tight head there. Absolutely, it's the one phase of the game I think that Jansen can really hang their hat on.
I think the backs would have been happy there, Cookie, would they? Is that?
I'd imagine
I know I would have been.
Yeah. The last thing you would have wanted was these boys coming down hard at you. As you said, it's been a really accomplished performance so far by Kelston. 6 or 7 minutes to go. So the ball pops up in the hands of Kelston, but it was knocked on by them first up, so Jansen get the opportunity to feed the scrummage. Be in 15 because it happened at the line out. If I know anything about South African scrum coaches like our common friend Brett Wilkinson, he will feel that Jansen have won this game.
Yeah.
With a tight head there and a couple of scrum penalties. Oh, but as soon as I say that, Jansen go and lose a tight head themselves. Combrink with a really good tackle there. Kelston just spray the ball wide. And young Tyreek Molitalo out on that far edge. Probably the smallest man in the Kelston team, but he's got lightning quick feet. So try scorer Lua'au just drops that ball onto the toe. With 5 minutes to go, 28 points to 0. Looking to be a fairly commanding position for Kelston to take away 3 points plus the bonus point for 4 tries, and in fact it's 5 already. Good hands taking that ball from behind them. Got it well set. Stowers has got himself well hidden in there. Now playing with house money, they've got the penalty advantage. Nice. Great feet from young Tyreek Molitalo.
Certainly not letting their foot off the gas, are they?
No, and you know, they're definitely laying a marker down for the other sides in this competition. Certainly setting out their stall. Other New Zealand side that we'll see in game 2 today, Westlake, are the reigning champions of the World Schools Festival. And still the flags do not go up for a conversion. So 6 tries and 1 penalty, 33 points to 0. It's been a really tough day at the office. These young men from Jansen. Raining in from all directions there, so Van Sagan, high hanging kick, missed by absolutely everybody, but coming onto it really well there, Nico Wright. And just a slight knock on at the base there. Moonga with a good carry, but just lost at the base there. So, referee asking Maddox Bernard, maybe a little bit of a blood nose there, needing to be replaced. I'm sure Jansen are going to do everything they can to smash this Kelston scrummage here. Come away with it, Van Sagan. Some really good work there. Ottawa just lost the ball on in the contact there. He's also played for New Zealand Rugby League clubs at under 16 level. So bit of a dual coder there. Maybe the next Sonny Bill.
Yeah, there's a few of them out there that probably with the Warriors in the Rugby League setup. And that's a big challenge they've got in New Zealand at the moment, Cookies. Rugby leagues becoming really, really popular with Warriors. Even if you look at their crowds in the game, it's sold out every week. Watch the Rugby League, and they can't, not even getting 5,000 in it. Blues game.
So IE taps and goes himself there. Fretton almost lost the ball there. Great footwork there from Poltawa. Now look to open this ball up. And Stowers just fumbled that ball forwards. And that is it. The referee calls no side on the game. A convincing win there for Kelston Boys High School. 33 points to 0 over Ihir Jansen.
Latihan. Latihan.
So I'll kind of do an intro a little bit later, because it's likely the people watching And a big warm welcome here to Abu Dhabi. If you're tuning in, this is the second game of the day on pitch 1 here at the Abu Dhabi Cricket and Sports Hub. Beautiful day here. Temperature's dropping a little bit now, and there's a very, very strong breeze blowing across the paddock. But for the wind, it would be almost perfect conditions. So we are here for the 5th edition of the Expanded World Schools Festival 2024, which now includes netball, hockey and cricket, building on the anchors of 7s and 15s rugby that we've already had. So this game up sees Westlake boys, who are the reigning champions of the World Schools Festival, a title that they won in Patana, Thailand last year, taking on Harrow School, who are the current English National 15-a-side schools champions, a title that they won at Twickenham last year against Kirkham High School. So a fantastic setting we have. We've just had the round 1 games between Millfield and Zambezi Steelers, as we now see the Westlake boys placing their caps on halfway as they now step back. And the Harrow boys in their change strip of white. Will be facing down this haka. We have two pools here. In Pool A we have Pool Roos from South Africa, Llandovery College from Wales, and then Westlake and Harrow. And then in Pool B, Kelston boys, Jansen, Millfield and Zambezi Steelers. So Westlake now offering their haka to Harrow. Westlake Boys High School, based in Takapuna on Auckland's North Shore. Headmaster David Ferguson. They are the North Harbour 1A title winners. Title they've held since 2016. Famous alumni, when I was looking this up, Billy Bowden, the cricket referee, the man with the crooked right index finger that he used to raise when giving people out. But other famous alumni, Nick Evans, Luke McAllister, who is one of the assistant coaches here, Dylan Hunt, Ron Williams, and former Wales and Fiji coach Wayne Pivac, and England international Chandler Cunningham South. When we talk about Harrow and their famous alumni, we move to people like Winston Churchill, Nehru, Benedict Cumberbatch, and a good friend of mine, Mr. Alexander Post, who also went on to represent Oxford University in the varsity game. So here we are, ready to kick off. And they're missing their captain, England under 18, Sam Winters, who's out with a meniscus injury. But Harrow get this game underway, and Westlake field this ball. And as they look to exit, it's a deep kick. And it's a really good kick. It was well marshalled into touch there by Rory Griffin. At the back of Harrow though, and it's just outside the 22, so it will be a Harrow throw to be thrown in by vice captain James Talamai. Ball just tipped off the top there, and Monty Morgan comes up with the scraps. This Harrow team, a fairly big set of boys, but Westlake will be fairly dominant. And playing at the back there, Cam Knight comes away with the ball knowing that he's playing with an advantage and getting to the outside and trying to show some hands there. And our referee, Imano Williams, brings it back for an infringement at that line-out ruck. So a penalty coming in at the side by Westlake.
Yeah, go.
So carving off some metres there. A number of these Westlake boys were in Patana at the World Schools Festival last year. As Talamai gets that ball in. Moving it up in the centre, setting a good platform there and a good target. Some slick hands there, but some really solid defence there from Westlake. Some real heat. Harrow playing close to the line, trying to bump off there. Henry Dargan, the captain. Some really good progress here from Harrow, but Westlake come up with the ball and they clear the ball deep, and it's well fielded there by Patrick Keaveney, and he rakes the ball out, but it's come up in the hands of Travis Finlay. Westlake just gaining the advantage. Must have been a small knock on there on the floor. So we'll get a look at this first scrummage here. Hal Hersey going up against Kaiva Tulimanu. This loose head side as Lee Hanrug Ravenstein feeds the ball for Westlake. Also not held in the tackle there, and some really good work from Van der Vesthuizen. He's one of the New Zealand reps, and the ball's gone loose there. Offside in the backs. Referee Williams, no truck with that. So really good run there by JD Van der Vesthuizen. He's one of the New Zealand schools reps in this Westlake side. Last year, Isaac Murray McGregor from fullback was the star of the show for Westlake. Brought them back from the dead in a semi-final against Hartbury. Good take at the front of the line out there, and it's a decent setup as they get the ball back into the hands of Jack Mayan. Driving this ball forward. Pretty tight set here. Very, very good work, and they've peeled away, and they're still going hard for the line. But the referee, they broke away, and the referee says it's truck and trailer. So really good drive there from Westlake, but it just got a little bit ragged towards the end there, and that's a deep kick. So at the front of this line out, Kaiva Tulimano for Westlake, but there's a good take in the middle of the line out there from Harrow. Talamai, the vice captain, gets in on the ball, but Westlake have scragged this to the ground, but Harrow's still in control of it. As Harrow slipped the ball through, and a great chicken wing pass out the back there, and some really good footwork there from Cam Knight. The ball's dropped on the toe, and it bobbles into touch. So some early signs here. Young Cam Knight really trying to get away, first on the left edge and then out on the right. Harrow certainly taking it to Westlake in these early exchanges. So James Talamai, part of the Saracens Academy. Slight overthrow there. It's picked up by Alex Vai, picking up the scraps, and now coming away with the ball. Big, wide looping pass, trying to get to the outside, and Cam Knight with a really good tackle. Good line speed from Harrow. Oh, good ball out the back by Vai, but Hugo Peters just spilled the ball forward. So some decent defence there from Harrow, and some exciting play from Cam Knight wide out here for Harrow. So Will Burbeck about to put the ball in to the scrummage for Harrow. Great scrummage there from Westlake, but breaking away. Harrow making good ground on the blind side, but then just spill that ball forward, and Westlake have got it. Tried to kick the ball from half back there, Gravenstein. But that was a really good breakaway from the base there. So the shadows lengthening here in Abu Dhabi. Just past 4 o'clock in the afternoon here in the UAE. As Gravenstein gets the ball up, bumps through that first tackle and offloads out of the contact and just straightens up. Gravenstein drops the ball on the toe and it's just run dead. Looks like the referee has given a penalty for a late charge on Gravenstein. It was a lovely break by him and he straightened perfectly. And they've chosen to take the penalty 5 metres out. And it looks like they're going to opt for the scrummage. So 5 in and 5 metres out. Rashid there on the AR2. So Gravenstein at half back. Blues under 17. Last year, also part of the champion side last year in Patana. As he feeds this ball, Thomas Raweri is hiding in behind Blake Lidgard. He's met with a solid tackle there as Tuitupo drives the ball forward again. Westlake relentlessly coming around the corner here, these pick and goes. And again, really asking questions of this Harrow defence here. About 5 metres out, but they've gone beyond and cleaned out beyond the ball carrier. So Harrow finally repel what was a really promising attack there from Westlake. Great take there from Ilinchik, who's part of the Saracens Academy and was recently called into an England under-18s training camp. Burbick with a sharp, and a great kick pass there. Straight on to Talai and Sulu. Burbick taken, looking for the penalty, but nothing coming from the referee. And eventually he brings it back as Westlake swooped on that to look at an interception. So 13 minutes into this game and we're still 0-0. A fantastic matchup between these two sides. Also in this group are Roos and Llandovery, who are playing on the far pitch. There's James Talamai. Throws the ball in. Another good take from this Harrow line out. Ball into the hands of Talamai at the back of this driving maul, forcing Westlake to get in behind it. They've swum around the edges, but the ball has now gone to ground. Harrow are still all over it, and Westlake trying to make a mess of this. But Harrow driving it forward. Some really good leg drive in the contact there from Monty Morgan. So Harrow now pounding at the front door about 5 or 6 metres out. Need to be careful not to go off their feet in the contact here. Some good tackling here from Westlake, but adjudged to have come in at the side, so Harrow have got an opportunity here. Will they push this to the corner or opt for the scrummage? I think they're going to try and push it to the corner, go for the line out. This is going to be a really tough group with both these sides and Roos Gymnasium, and also the Welsh champions Llandovery College. It's going to be a huge group. The quality of this tournament just continues to rise from year to year. Another good take there from Harrow. Ashton Ilinchik. But Westlake have got in amongst this. They've forced it to ground. So Burbeck has to dig in. But the referee judges that the ball hasn't come out. He's called crossed hands for an injury of some kind. So leaving the field is number 12, Fraser White, who I am reliably told is the mischief maker of the Harrow touring party. So the referee stopping the clock and the game. Quite sure what we're stopping for here. The referee is now talking to his touch judge, so I'm not sure if there's going to be any kind of decision made or whether there's just a little impromptu referee coaching session going on the blind side here. So as the referee comes back, he said something to the Westlake boys, but we are coming back for the scrummage. Westlake feed. Big front row with the two bookends of Alex Va'ihi and Kaiva Tulimanu. Both played at this tournament as younger men last year, so they are part of the reigning champions. Ravenstein with a feed. really want to clear their lines here. And they burst away from the base and beats the first tackle, and he's into green grass here. This is a great run from Travis Finley, and he put some footwork on and some fantastic tackling back there to Scrag Thomas Rawiri at the back there. That was Talai and Suli. Great tackle at the corner there. But that is a fantastic breakout. They were only about 10 metres off their own line there, and they've taken play to within 5 metres of the Harrow line here. And Westlake have got in amongst this. And they're setting up camp about 6-7 metres. Tulimanu, the big man, but he loses that in contact. And Harrow, not panicking, come away with it. Monty Morgan, solid shot on him. So the ball goes backwards again, and the referee says that somebody has come offside, or yeah, in at the side. So Harrow showing some calmness under fire there, really under pressure. And a really good tackle back by Nsuli. So a number of these Harrow boys are linked up with the Saracens Academy. For those of you not aware, the Harrow School is in North London, not far away from the base of Saracens, so it's a natural link up for them. So Talamai's had plenty of practice throwing this ball in. One of the vice captains. And making his way from the field, Henry Cornelius. Big man in the 5 jersey being replaced. So Talamai with the feed. As they push Elliot O'Sullivan up, but not straight, and because the ball was contested by Westlake, they get the feed. So Levi Leith will feed this ball to the Westlake scrummage, and they have an all new front row on now. Ollie Davis, Jono Peens and Daniel Paia. Plenty of interest from around the world. Getting late in New Zealand now. This is a good scrummage by Westlake as they move the ball. Lidgard. Van der Vestes and the New Zealand schools rep. On a great drive there from the front rower. Really putting some pressure on this Harrow line here. Westlake will be desperate to come away with something here. And the referee brings it back for an earlier infringement in at the side by Harrow. So Blake Lidgard, New Zealand Maori's representative. Oh, and confidence there. 10 minutes out, going for the scrummage. They've got this all new front row on. So with plenty of options, everyone lined out to the right hand side of this scrummage as Leith feeds the ball absolutely monstered off the ball there as Harrow try to counter ruck, but put them on the back foot. Good carry from Peens. As Leith goes out to the left-hand side. Oh, an unfortunate bounce there for Harrow. And about 5 metres out there, driving hard at the line, Arlo Leith. And they are going absolutely Route 1 Westlake here. And the try is scored. And I think that is Alex Fa'ihi comes up with the opening score there. That really was a forward monstrous effort there. So opening score for Westlake boys taking the lead. So Blake Lidgard in the first game, Kelston boys scored some 6 tries, but not one of them was converted. The wind is slightly down now, but this is still not an easy kick in this breeze. As Lidgard measures it up. It's a decent strike, but it drifts to the right-hand side of the uprights in the wind. So it took some 22-23 minutes to get the opening score there, so a tight little lead. For Westlake, 5 points to 0. It's Harrow kick off, and a good take there. So Ashton Ilinchik penalised there. His opposite number, Arlo Leith, knees on the ground as he ripped the ball away from him. And the referee was having none of that, so Ollie Davies throwing this ball into this line out. Good take at the front by Westlake. Lidgard sprays the ball out to Travis Finley. This guy has already got so many metres running. Absolutely fantastic drive there, and he's tackled just shy of the line. So that is the second time that Finlay has absolutely carved the Harrow defence apart. He's got pace and power and footwork. And a really good tackle there. And a slight bobble forward on the floor there by Finlay at the end of that. So Harrow have a feed to their scrummage. Will Burbeck with the feed. They've got fully 95 metres to go, and it's a good solid scrummage from Westlake, who've managed to make a mess of this, and they're now countering this ruck really hard, but it looks like Harrow have secured it. And they kick into that breeze. But now Westlake bringing it back. Good tackle there. Trying to get amongst it. And there, Van der Westhuizen carving off some metres, showing why he's in the New Zealand schools side. Lidgard plays it through the front. Harrow trying to get the jackal on there, just slipping off the tackles here. And that is a second try for the Westlake boys, scored by Ashton Falloon. So, having worked so hard in the early part of this half, things have come unstuck for Harrow in these last 2 or 3 minutes, conceding a second try here. And there's still about 2.5 minutes to go as Harrow huddle up beneath the post, no doubt. Henry Dargan, the skipper, offering some fairly stern words. But yet again, they were absolutely undone by that phenomenal run up the middle by Travis Finley. Lidgard looks to put this ball on the tee here. Breeze really picking up again now. Couple of steps. And that time he tries to make allowance for it and drills it past the left-hand upright. So the score remains at 10 points to 0 with about 1.5 minutes to go to half-time. So Harrow come up with the scraps there. Some good work on the ground by Ollie Moran as they try and move this ball. It's a really solid carry into contact there, but he's sent back from where he came. Hal Hersey, skipper Dargan now. Some really good leg drive in the contact. But just spilled the ball forward, and Tuitupo comes up with it. Lidgard through on this, and some really good footwork there. He's being swamped by the Westlake boys. Great work by Morgan there. And some good footwork there from Keaveney. Good following up there. And they've got the ball into the wide channel there. Hugo Peters on the floor and through the tackle there, just ripped that ball away. Westlake playing out the back, but they shot out of the line there. On the ball into the hands of Werner van Staden, and he steps in field, leaves a trail of Harrow defenders in his wake there. So van Staden for try number 3. So Westlake have gone about their business really steadily here. They've worn Harrow down as they've got into this second half. Sorry, into the second quarter of this half. So 15 points to 0. And Brodie Good is going to have a crack from the tee. This is the toughest of kicks because it's straight into the teeth of this strong breeze, which is actually picked up again now. Oh, it's a pretty good nudge if it's got the legs. And straight through for Brodie Good. And that is half time. So 17 points to 0. So after a really bright start from Harrow, Cam Knight making a couple of line breaks and getting clear on both the left and right edges. It it has been one-way traffic in the last 6 or 7 minutes there, and the Westlake boys take a 17-0 lead into the half-time break. So it'll be interesting to see what Coach James Melville has to say to his Harrow School boys there. As I said, they've got some famous alumni in the shape of people like Billy Vunipola, Mano Itoje and Henry Arundel, who won a couple of test caps for England before moving to Racing in France, therefore taking himself out of play. And my offsider rejoins me at half-time. Simon, did you see much of that first half?
Yeah, I saw bits of it. I was just trying to watch a little bit of the Llandovery College game as well. So,
and what's the score from the Llandovery?
I'm not sure what the score is, but Llandovery are putting up a bit of a fight over there.
Yeah, good to see.
So it's great.
So the tale of this half was Harrow had a fairly bright start and nearly got away for a couple of scores. Young Cam Knight in the number 11 shirt made a couple of breaks, one down the left edge, then the right edge. But the man of the moment has been Travis Finley, the number 8 for Westlake. He has made 2 searing breaks of about 50 metres, leaving all comers trailing in his wake, and it's effectively set the platform for the first 2 scores that Westlake got. And they then worked a really good try for Van Studden at the end, who put on some good footwork at the end there. But Harrow have certainly played their part, and if I were James Melville, I would not be discounting the fact and telling these boys that they can come back in this second half.
Yeah, that Travis has been very consistent all season for Westlake. Watched him a few times on the shore. Absolutely destroyed our school team when I was down at Rangitoto. But they've got some very good coaching there. Nice addition of Luke McAllister coming in. I think he's been excellent in some of the stuff that they've been doing. So, yeah, all good.
Yeah, it was very good to see, as we say. Luke McAllister, part of the coaching team at Westlake, and another famous alumni from Westlake is Frano Botica, who I think was a dual code international.
Nick Evans,
yeah. Dylan Hunt, Ron Williams, and another famous alumni, AJ Hackett. Familiar with AJ Hackett? The man that made the bungee jump famous at Skipper's Gorge, I believe.
You've been doing your research, haven't you?
Certainly have. So, 17-0. I wouldn't say it's a mountain to climb for Harrow, but they absolutely do need to be the first side to score in this second half, Simon.
Yeah, I think so. They got the edge with the wind, I think, will help them this half. But yeah, they definitely need to come out of the blocks firing. Get on the score sheet pretty quickly, and then that'll probably put Westlake under a bit of pressure.
Yeah, they've not really managed to put them under pressure inside their own 22, Harrow. But as with the Kelston boys, the New Zealand defence and the pressure and the line speed that they bring always puts the attack under pressure, and they really do man up. But got to say, man for man, Harrow are not a small team by any means, and there's been some really good carries. Monty Morgan and skipper Henry Dargan have really taken some post-contact meters, and it looks like they're going to make a few changes. And one of the other standouts for Harrow School has been Ashton Ilinchik, part of the Saracens Academy. He was wearing the number 7 jersey, and so it's going to be interesting to see how these Harrow boys react in this second half. as I've said, they absolutely do need to be the first to score. So, in their famous white, red and green hoop tops, number 10, Blake Lidgard, will get this second half underway with a drop kick. Just pulling his socks up. And referee Imano Williams checking with the Harrow skipper. They've got 3 vice captains on the field: Talamai, Ilinchik and Patrick Keaveney. So Lidgard kicks deep, and that's a real high bomb, but really well taken by Salome Tuitupo, but a good tackle. And there he is, Tulimanu, taken about 6 or 7 metres after the initial contact there. So Westlake put the ball on the ground. It was a good tackle on try scorer Van Staden. But coming around offside there on the halfback. It's always a huge target for everybody to nail the halfback, but adjudged offside there. Ball hanging infield on that breeze. As Harrow get back in numbers. Westlake all on their feet, no one committing themselves to these rucks. That's a very high box kick. Lidgard sets off.
It's just some of those first up tackles, they're not finishing, Harrow, at the moment.
Just slipping off.
Yeah. I think Mr. Melville was talking about that during the first half over there. Just saying that we've got to hold and stick the tackles. He was pretty disappointed.
So Leaf moves the ball up to Paia. Fairly active, these front row players, trying to come through on that ball, but Westlake have recovered it. Tuitupo staying strong in the tackle again. Playing it through the front there, setting a really good target midfield here. And they've got the penalty, so they're playing with house money here. Tulimano drops that rather significant shoulder of his into the contact. Without doubt, some big men in this Westlake side.
Big and mobile. Very mobile at the moment.
So Lidgard probably would have preferred to take a few more metres there. So he's only got it to the 22-metre line. As Ollie Davis is now looking for a ball. That one has been hammered over the top of the perimeter fence around field 1 here at the Abu Dhabi Cricket and Sports Hub. Fantastic facility here. So Davis with the feed. Good take at the front of the line out there. And then working the ball back into Davies's hands. Smuggling this through, shedding off some of the Harrow defenders and then let the ball go. Staying on his feet, again in contact. Tuitupo through again. And it's just Route 1 rugby that they're playing at the moment. Tukania. And they eventually draw the penalty, and that's a double blast. On the whistle from referee Imano Williams, just having a word there with Charlie Hammock.
So quick on the pick and goes, Cookie. Just every time there. I think it was 3. Just
yeah, if there's no pillar or post on either side of that ruck, but it's very, very difficult when you get rolling backwards the speed that they're pushing them to keep posting up.
Decent decision here.
Yeah. Midfield scrummage just inside the 22. They have got options left and right here. Jaden Dawson, his first receiver, off to the left with Yisrael Tukania.
That's a great scrum.
Good scrummage from Harrow there. Hit hard in the contact there. Algie Royal.
Lovely exit.
Onto the
Short
left
Cookie.
peg, and almost.
It just needs some momentum now, Harrow.
So Ollie Davies with the feed to this line out here right in front of us. Just fingertips to it, but enough to just pull it back on the Westlake side. Great carry back against the grain there. Tulimalu.
He can move. For a big boy, he moves well.
And Ashton Falloon, they're doing just what his forwards wanted, getting them back onto the front foot, sharing the work out. Levi Leith and Tuitupo just shrugs off 2 tackles. Takes the 3rd one to bring him down there. So much upper body strength.
It's the clear out, it's relentless.
Good work on the ground there again by Levi Leith. But some decent work from Harrow there. They are certainly not giving up on this game. Harrison Dunn in the 9 jersey. And they really could have done with a few more metres than that, Simon.
Yeah, it's not gone far. He's come round, his foot's come round that, he's hooked it. Bit like my golf cookie.
So, Itetu Hoshi now on in the hooker berth. Decent first phase, no jump from Westlake there to contest. So Harrison Dunn whips the ball out here, but that's a pretty simple unforced error there. Got plenty of traffic in front of him, but really should have nailed that one. And this is another great opportunity for Westlake here. The beauty of being 7-0 up, it's given them the opportunity to roll some changes here. Tuitupo now packing down in the 8 slot. Travis Finley's made way. Harry Cornelius in the headgear there, wearing the 5 jersey for Westlake, towering above everybody else in this scrummage. So Levi Leith with the feed. Another decent scrummage from Harrow, but some good work there. And again, getting the ball to the outside. Leith, inside, outside. Like a jack in the box, going off both feet there. He's been held up in the cackle there, but he's got his arms free. And Leith. Oh, some good offloading there. And Falloon almost losing his jersey. Again, some real good leg drive here in the contact. Tuatupo pops the ball up to Boston Aquino. There's some really stout defence here from Harrow in this second half, working really hard, and they've decided to go quickly. But the ball's gone down and not 10. So Harrow at least giving it a go here, Simon. Quick tap and go. So he's trying to make sure that the ball makes the touch there. Oh. So Hoshi with the throw. Some wholesale changes here coming from Westlake. It's almost like a special teams move in American football. Good take there. Seb Borum rising there. Hoshi has the ball at the back. Harrison Dunn urging his forwards on. It's a pretty solid run there. Vahi absolutely scrags Dunn as they're trying to pull this ball back. Show and go there, but the Westlake defence not being fooled by this one iota. So after 4 or 5 attempts, oh, that's really well taken there. And Westlake roll out to this left edge, and he just straightens hard into the contact, and then the pick and go from Van der Vesthuizen. Again, just bobbles the ball out there. Gravenstein gets it, and the referee's letting it go. And they get the ball out into the hands of Rawiri, who goes, oh no, touch in the corner. Must have just put his foot on the chalk there, Simon.
The referee is looking the other way on that knock-on. We can debrief them in the bar tonight. Yeah, they're looking sharp, Westlake. I'm pretty surprised, to be honest. I thought it might be a little bit closer this game.
Yeah, it's I have to say, for the most part, it has been relatively close, but when Westlake have had the opportunities, they've absolutely struck. As I said, Travis Finley with those two huge, great runs has ripped the heart out of Harrow a couple of times.
Nice exit.
So Harrison Dunn there takes play just outside the Harrow 22. So Mayan with the throw. Westlake have got a really good setup here and a really tight drive here. Harrow are having to plough numbers in behind this to stop this. So little knock on there from Gravenstein, under pressure there as that ball was popped out of the tackle there. Some good play earlier on when that kick, that deep kick from Harrow was fielded by Brodie Good. Went hard. So Harrow fully about 85 metres to go here, Simon. They need to pull something out pretty quickly as we move into the final quarter of this game. 17 points now, a good scrummage.
Pressure from the 7 there was.
So Harrow have done really well to recover this ball. Been hit really hard and stolen in the tackle there, but
Good decision.
they've gone quickly. They've got nothing to lose at this stage. Fighting hard to get this done. Rips it out. They've kicked it all the way over to get an exit on the far, well, this near touch line. We've got AR Ruin Just. So young Jack Mayan would throw in here to the line out. Still no score in this second half. So still 17 points nil. Slight overthrow there. Overthrow, underlift.
It's never your fault.
Indeed. So Harrow get themselves onto the front foot and the ball was just left behind him there. Little chip over the top, but well covered there. Good tackle, but a really good run there from Van der Westhuizen, showing why he's a New Zealand schools representative. But just a little ball lost on the floor there. So some very, very slight green shoots there. So Kolawole on in the 18 jersey on this blind side. I'm reliably informed he's the tour joker of the Harrow school side. So we've got a real close look at this scrummage on the tight head side of the Harrow scrum. So for the first time, Michael Lowry gets to the outside there. Westlake were on the jersey of Lowry there. And Dunn has had to take the ball back inside. Some really fierce, aggressive counter-rucking here. Really making a mess of everything here for Harrow. Charlie Hammock, Northampton Saints Academy, drives that hard. Again, they've made a real mess of that. And we've got the chip here.
Oh, inside
oh
ball.
great step there from Ensuli. For the first time, Harrow putting some pressure inside the 22. Seb Boren with a good carry. But again, Westlake just making a mess of everything there for Harrow. For all the pressure that Harrow put on there, Simon, one solid dominant tackle from Westlake and they're all over them again. Harrow, probably a good decision to opt for this scrummage here.
Definitely. Right position.
So Tom Dargan, brother of Henry Dargan, the skipper, the younger brother. He's the youngest tourist carrying the mascot. He's a big man. On the tight head side. So Harrow feed this scrummage.
Good platform.
Absolutely goes flying through that, putting pressure on. There's Travis Finley back on the field. And just kick the ball forward. And Westlake just always seem to be able to make some meters through the contact. And that's a really deep raking kick straight down the middle of the field. Patrick Keaveney tries to step the first man but gets nailed. And now Lowry again. He's made some good meters since he's come onto the field. Oh, great offload out of the tackle there. Chukwuemeka trying to make some yards here. Again, they go same way, pushing it out to this left edge here. More good defence here from Westlake though, whether it's through the middle or along the edges. He's found some grass there, and good with a huge punt down the field. And eventually he picks it up, Rory Griffin, but the referee says that he spilt that ball forward there. So it's been real nip and tuck half here, Simon. Still 0-0 in this second half. But unfortunately for Harrow, they carried in a deficit of 17 points. So Westlake will be looking to close this one out. They're still sitting on 3 tries, would obviously want to try and nail the bonus point.
Yeah, it's definitely been a bit scrappy. I'd be interested to see the error count on the second half.
Yeah. And I think that Paul Roos are up against Llandovery on the other field. So Westlake will want to try and take everything they can out of this game. So Gravenstein with the feed. So referee Williams taking some time to get this scrummage settled here. See the Harrow management team in the background behind this scrummage. Oh, Lidgard really raced through onto that. And a great ball trailing on the inside. Gravenstein and he breaks the deadlock in this second half, and he grabs the all-important bonus point try for Westlake. 22 points to 0. You kind of felt it had to come, but it's not that Harrow have not had the chances in this second half, Simon.
No, they really haven't had the ball, have they? When they have, Westlake have just been relentless on them all the time, making it difficult for them to play.
So Brody Good, he nailed the first conversion on this pitch in the first half. So you can probably pick up the sound of the wind coming across our microphones here. The wind just got the better of him there, just drifted it off to the left-hand side of the post. So just under 5 minutes to go now. Harrow will want to try and take everything they possibly can out of this game now. Straight up the middle, it's high and hanging. Hit the turf, but Westlake tied it up and get it into the hands of Lidgard. Again, they just step through the contact. They keep pumping. As you said, the number of unfinished tackles that Harrow have fallen off. Oh, straight through there, and the carry, but just bobbles it forward on the ground there. Matthew Fleming. So these absolutely fantastic pitches here at the Abu Dhabi Cricket and Sports Hub. They're in pristine condition for the World Schools Festival here. We'll be getting
they've done a great job prepping this place.
Absolutely fantastic.
Groundsman will be sitting there ready to come on as soon as the game finishes.
Get these horrible rugby players off his beautiful turf.
Yeah.
So just inside the Westlake half. Harrow have the feed to this scrummage. Good scrummage here by Westlake, really putting some pressure on. Really carried that hard at the line. Aquino had a real crack at that one. And again, so dynamic in the tackle. And Westlake all over this, but they've spilt it. Harrow pumped the ball deep, but Lidgard is there, and off his left boot.
Nice.
I don't think that's going to be allowed because it was with a different ball, and the referee has finally spotted that, but Harrison Dunn was going to give it a go. So Hoshi with the throw here. So the ball bobbled off the top there. Carried back into the contact. And again, Westlake just managed to make a mess of it, constantly putting Harrow under pressure at the base there. So a little bit of dissension in the chat. Harrow were last year's national champions of the school's 15s. And the throw just got to the jumper there, and they've got it in the boot here. It's Hoshi driving them forward. They're about 7-8 metres out and done. Eventually rips the ball out. Really solid contact there from Fraser White. And again, all over it, but offside in the middle. What do we do here? Scrummage or tap and go?
Tap and go.
Looks like Harry Dunn's going to tap and go and give it a go. Wide outside. Oh, there's a strong carry there. Just short. Gets the ball back on the Harrow side. There's no way through there. That was a very dark alley he tried to go up. Some really good solid tackling in the contact, and all the time it's just dislodging and making a mess of the ball. Double blast. So the first yellow card, piece of cheese, comes out of the sock of Mr. Williams there. So in this tournament, 8 minutes in the bin for a yellow card, so that will see him off till the end of the game. So Keaveney is asking the referee how long to go. I think this will probably be last play of the game. I'm sure Westlake will be desperate to keep the score to 0. Oh, big run from Chukwuemeka. Kolawole again has another crack. Westlake really putting some heat on here. Oh, Keaveney just held the ball up at the line there. Oh, and just slips it through. It was a great offload there. Good spot tackle there. And again, Westlake making this really hard work. Any metre that that Harrow take is well fought for. Charlie Hammock with a good carry there. Again, some great work there around the fringes. This Westlake defence is holding solid here. Great tackle as he thought about passing it away there. Hoshi. And again, the ball has just bobbled out. The referee spotted an infringement. I think Westlake were absolutely pushing the limit of the offside line at the base of that ruck, Simon.
Yeah, just huge amount of pressure.
Oh, Keaveney trying to put some footwork on, shaped up like he was going to kick the touch and then tap quickly. Harrow fighting for all their worth here to get over this line.
Just quicken it up.
Chukwuemeka inches short. Driving hard at that line, but Westlake are determined not to give up a score at the end here. As you say, everything's a little bit slow and ponderous here. Keaveney out the back, good footwork. And here's the man trying to get that ball away. Harrow, multiple phases here, Simon.
Yeah, it's probably the first time they've actually kept the ball for a
Any
decent period of time, but they're just going backwards, really.
Yeah.
I mean, Pressure in that defence is huge at the moment.
Harry Dunn was looking for a runner there, but nobody quite got there.
It just needs to go
Rory
quickly.
Griffin
On,
trying
quick.
to snipe.
Yes, better. That's
Need
better.
to move that ball. Keaveney.
There you go.
Great offload.
That's what happens when you get quick ball cooking.
And the final try of the game to Harrow. They absolutely deserve to break the donut there. And in the end, a really good score for Fraser White. So I think that Harrow have showed a tremendous amount of endeavour there, and to actually come back and score that try, which means with a kick to come, it's 22 points to 5. Well struck kick, but off to the side, and referee Imano Williams blows for no side. So a pretty comprehensive win there. 22 points to 5. Westlake Boys High School over Harrow School. Thank you, Simon, and we will be back for round 2 on Tuesday. Look forward to seeing you all.
So you take it,